not win this match. This is a man that started off with a dream start this week in qualifying. 278, 278, 247, 803 his first 3 games. He can throw strikes with anybody in the world.
It's hard to believe this is his first telecast, making the finals of 1997 when he won $236,000 last year. That included that fabulous 300 perfect game in his hometown of Erie. Hard and fast. Bob Learn Jr. from Erie, Pennsylvania. Now Norm Duke won his last match, 236-225 over Brian Voss. That was the way to start. Now here is Bo.
Hey, thank you, Chris. Hey, Beef, pretty good week. You look as good as ever, but there's a lot of re-racks near the end of the game. 2 by Duke, 1 by you. Did that affect your final shot?
No, not really. It was just a bad shot, you know. You don't always make good shots. You just walk away from it and shake your partner's hand and, you know, go on.
You're one of the greatest pros, and you proved it right there once again. He'll be back, Chris. Now back to you.
Okay, Norm Duke opening with a double in the championship match, worth $40,000 to the winner, but worth more than that, possibly.
Nice break. Thank you. I'm sorry. Good break. Thanks.
He says good break, but he didn't say good shot. Here we go. He's got to get over here in the 6-10 zone, slide it over in the 7. Learn, despite having a great strike ball, also has an excellent spare technique. He'll go hard and straight, a rocket shot, try to slide it over.
All right, break it out.
You know, Chris, when you have a good strike zone where the ball is finishing very well, it actually makes spares and splits more difficult to convert because the ball finishes on the lane. Now you see how much to the right Bob Learn is, but he'll drift over into this area and then saw that ball out around the first arrow.
Come on up. Get it, Carrot.
Oh, that's more Bob Learn. Strike coming in the 3rd frame, whereas his opponent has a double up. Well, there's been quite a group, 3 or 4 groups that have gotten together, starting with ABC and the PBA and the International Order of Foresters and the Children's Miracle Network to do a lot of good over the years. 3-0.
Chris, and you were talking to their president, Ken Peterson, before we went on the air, and they were talking billions of dollars that they've raised for charity. It's fantastic.
We'll be back. Like an open frame and a spare. Now shooting in the 4th championship match. High hit. Another split. Well, this has been happening to Bob Learn Jr. Norm Duke, who defeated Brian Voss in the previous match, has strung 4 in as many frames.
Get it out. Of course. Hey.
Struggling on the right-hand lane.
4-7 off, but 10 stands in 4 frames, 2 open, and it's done. Bo?
Thank you, Chris. And with me is Mark Doy. Mark is the Canadian Challenge champion. And Mark, have you ever bowled in a scene like this?
No, never. So I'm just going to try and take it frame by frame and hopefully do the best I can.
You know, you have almost 30 million Canadians out there probably rooting for you. Any extra pressure?
I don't really feel it right now, but maybe if I get underneath those lights, I will.
All right, Chris, he's up next. Back to you, bud.
Bob Learn Jr. Finally getting another strike in the 5th frame, trailing at this point by 56. Can become even more troublesome because Duke has 4 in a row shooting in the 5th frame. 4-pin. Well, Canadian champion Bo, he's ready for that challenge match to meet the winner of this championship game.
You're right, Chris. As you see Duke going a little bit high here in the 5th frame, just got soft with a shot. But, Chris, I have to say he's only ready because he's still alive. I've never seen a player so nervous waiting to go on. And you really have to expect it. I mean, he's a Canadian Challenge champion, but he's really not a true pro with this kind of experience. He's been watching these guys all week long. So I think it's going to be very interesting. I think he'll get pumped up for the match. Let's see who is this challenger.
That's right.
Well, as you see Norm Duke fiddling around with his tape, he uses cork tape, fiddles with a thumb hole. He drills more than 100 bowling balls a year. He throws them away like somebody throw away an old can of coffee, but he always gets a good feel and works with it. Right now he's in a commanding 55-pin lead, tremendous advantage over our tournament leader, Bob Learn Jr.
Forever Pba Tour. Beautiful Norm Duke is striking the 6th frame.
You see Bob Learn with that short approach, powerful style. Needs to get that ball around the pocket, then high on the right lane twice.
Hey, you threw hard enough. Get up. Oh, what a fine break. I like this lane.
We see our 9th 10-pin of the day, and it came at a very inopportune time for Bob Learn Jr., who was trying to dig into a 55-pin lead by his fellow competitor, Norm Duke, and now he's in trouble.
At least I can make that.
That's great.
Such an advantage to Duke, not only winning the match, but his style fits his championship here. He throws more of a straight ball, and on fresh oil as we bowl here, it favors the down and in player compared to the big hooker, who's forced to play Duke's shot.
Okay. All right, another one in a row.
The winner of this match will take home today's trophy. And here it's seen perched next to some of the sculptures outside the Art Gallery of Ontario. We're back again at Classic Bowl, Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. IOF Foresters Open. We're in the championship match. The winner will meet the Canadian champion in a winner-take-all challenge match. 65-pin lead. Tonight on ABC, a special 3-hour movie event from Tom Clancy's best-selling novel, Harrison Ford, Ann Archer, James Earl Jones, and William Dafoe star in Clear and Present Danger, starting at 8, 7 Central Time. That's tonight.
Let's see how you match up to the lanes. Norm Duke, who has both shots, the big hook and the straight shot. Rolling the straight shot on fresh oil. Watch this. Sickening 75-pin lead as far as Bob Learn is concerned. Watch his release and hand position. Straight behind the ball, good solid wrist rotation, but not around the ball, through the ball. Now let's watch Bob Learn Jr. up fighting the big hook.
Maybe this time.
Now by 65. Oh, listen to this as we look at Stacing Learn. Sunday, May 25th, live at 11 a.m. Eastern. Live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's the greatest spectacle in racing. The 81st running of the Indianapolis 500. Former winner, Harry Lyondike, will be on the pole. Now that's next Sunday, May 25th, live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific.
One time.
All right, Bo.
Well, Chris, if you wonder why Bob learns at a slight disadvantage with the big hook. Obviously, he led the tournament, and at nighttime is usually the right time for the guys that hook the ball a lot. So they're a little fundamental of bowling. If the lanes are tight, straighten your ball down. Don't try to force it to hook. Once they start hooking, saw on it and have some fun. Here's Duke with a commanding lead. Well, you know, as in any sport, Chris, and I've heard you talk about it many times, there's always 4, 5, 6 guys at any one time, any one era who are among the best. There really is no number one, and Duke falls into that category. You can see what's happened with him now that he's loose. Won a match, got his confidence up. He's just beating the heck out of those pins. Potential 279.
And you know, he's just so hungry for a win. Last time was in Cleveland, the year 1996. Goodness, he deserves victories.
Well, you just can't stop him all the time. You know that, Chris. A good player, a great player, as Duke has been, the youngest player ever to win a PBA title, whipping Earl Anthony for his very first victory back in Cleveland years ago. You almost see a little tear to his eye. Those victories are still special. Potential 279.
And of course, I have to say that Bob Learn Jr. last year with that record-setting flagship open just broke all kinds of records with a perfect game as well.
There's very little psyche among these top players because they very simple, that they bowl each other so often that there is no psyche. But there's a little special tear in this man's eye.
Now face the Canadian challenger, USA versus Canada. Is this ABC's first presentation of a professional bowler crew will continue after these messages.